Now, I want to correct the record on something this afternoon, and it relates to a comment that was made during an interview I conducted with Prime Minister Julia Gillard. The interview went to air live on this radio station on the 7th of March. And I don't have to correct the record, but I am choosing to correct the record. On the 7th of March, when I interviewed Julia Gillard, we spoke about a range of issues. Her trip to Western Sydney. You might remember she was staying at the Rooty Hill RSL for a week. The threat of Kevin Rudd. Yeah, well, that was only a week or so before those dramas were popping up once again. Issues leading up to the September election in general. And we also discussed allegations about what has become known as the Australian Workers' Union Slush Fund Scandal. And while discussing that issue with the Prime Minister, a comment was made on this radio program that I now know not to be true. The comment was made by Prime Minister Julia Gillard. We were talking about the police investigation, the ongoing and very real police investigation into the AWU Slush Fund Scandal. And when I mentioned this police investigation, the Prime Minister sought to clarify something. Julia Gillard wanted to make it clear to you that she was not one of the people being investigated. Here is a reminder. Final issue just on this, and I'm not talking about political drama and whatever, I'm talking about a police investigation that's currently going on. Now, you can see that money from the...
Just be a bit careful, Ben. Do not slur me with that.
I have not, Prime Minister. I just said there is a police investigation currently going on. You know that.
And you should then clarify, and that's nothing to do with me.
Well, I don't know that, Prime Minister. Do you know that?
Well, yes, I do, and I've asked that publicly before, Ben, and I'd refer you to those statements.
So Julia Gillard told me to be careful and not to slur her when talking about that police investigation. The PM told me to clarify that it had nothing to do with her. Well, I am correcting that record this afternoon because I know for a fact that the Prime Minister is being investigated by police over the slush fund scandal. She was being investigated at the time of the interview. The investigation is comprehensive and by no means complete, but police are still in the process of taking statements on this issue and involving the Prime Minister Julia Gillard. And I know this because I have actually been asked by police to make a formal statement. The police are interested in comments made by Julia Gillard in the interview with me on 2GB on the 7th of March. At the request of police, I'm not going to go into any detail about it other than saying what I've just said. I have been asked to make a statement to police, and I'm in the process of making that happen. I feel it's appropriate to share this news with you because this is your show. And when someone tells us something that's not true, and I know it not to be true, I'm going to tell you about it.